Welcome, hello. Here we are, number 11, number 12, who knows what it is, but of these Facebook Lives. We're having fun doing them. We're full studio today. We got a special program for you. A few quick things. I'm going to do my little housekeeping. Let's see if I do this right. Yeah, I'm going to do it right. Mark Roberts Marketplace, right there, marketplace.com. And you can get pretty much all of the stuff here at that location, at that website address. You can also, I want to do a plug for independent small retailers. Support your local retailers. Support them in town, support them online. You can also support them on the marketplace here at the same time. 3 of them that I'll mention real quickly today: Holiday House in California, William Glenn in Texas, and Wreath of Joy, I believe, in Pennsylvania. All of those 3 retailers carry a really extensive line of Mark Roberts and are on this marketplace as well, so you can support them right there on the marketplace. And there's other retailers, so support those retailers in your town where they're close by so that we can support our retailers. All right, we're going to do today something called the top 10 ways to decorate your fairies and elves at home. So, okay, let's get started with that top 10 list.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for tonight's top 10 list.
Are you kidding me? Hey, this is my job. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No. You stay at your desk. I'm doing my job. You just stay there. Thank you. Okay, we are going to do number 10. Top 10. Number 10. Make your kitchen magical. So to start out, I'm going to do with this fun little guy. He is the cookie maker elf. He's African American. He is darling. He's posable. He's standable. He's sittable. He's naughty sometimes, he's nice sometimes, but he's a very cute guy. So, the African American collection, I have them in, let's see, can I do it this way, John? John's on camera today, he's been back, we've missed him for a long time. This guy is the small size in the North Pole African American cookie maker elf. There are the larger size and the mediums. We may be out of this one already. There are lots of different fairies and elves and some Santas. And you can get those also at the marketplace, as I noted. You can also get them Dillard's.com. Dillard's in the South. They have a lot of the African American collection and have brought in a lot of those. So you can check them out there or on the marketplace. But there are quite a few different ones. This is the only one in the show that I'm going to be showing, but you can get quite a few there. So this guy is just too cute for words. I had to do something with him laying down, and I've got him on one of these cake plates that we have, and love that there with his gingerbread on him and helping to dress your kitchen. Part of Christmas, so much of Christmas is in the kitchen, is centered around the kitchen. We think it's centered around the tree, and it is. It's centered around the birth of Christ, of course, so that's what we call Christmas. But at home we celebrate it in so many different ways. One of the greatest is in the kitchen, because we are gathering together as families and friends and enjoying food and all that good stuff. So, great guy, great gift. The North Pole Elves are so much fun because they stand on their own and they're very posable. So check this guy out, check the other ones out. While we're making our kitchen look magical, let me give a shout out real quick. John was in the Philippines. He's taken a vacation, well deserved. Renee set up the entire showroom. I helped a little bit, but when I say a little bit, it's just a little bit. So Renee did a great job. When I came back up, I was really excited to see what he did. I love how he took the Proclamation Elves here, put it in his great fishbowl with some different pines and pines and berries and stuff, and then has the two of them, and looks like the little one's whispering in the big one's ear. Must be telling him a secret or something. But love the proclamation elf because he's got lots of great details on him. Are we able to, John, get both his belt buckle and his foot? Because both of those are really, really spectacular. Are we able to get close on that foot? Neat. So, yeah, the detail on the foot is he's going to just keep coming closer until he runs me over with the camera. But it's really cool on that detail on there because there are two different bows. There's a pearl, a bell, ruby, some floral different stuff in there. It's really just magical. So absolutely love the details that go on the feet on this guy. Very, very pretty. Another detail that as we pull back is going to be what I like. It's just a little subtle amount of the black and white trim on his cuffs, on his wrist. Really nice. That's all the black and white that's in there, and it just sets it off really nicely. And then we've got the plaid design, or plaid-like design on their hats, which is pretty magical as well. So proclamation elf, great guy because he's making a proclamation that free cookies, calories don't count. I'm not sure what proclamation he's making, but I think calories don't count. I like that one better than anything else. So we're going to then go from the proclamation elf to all the way above him to the hospitality fairies. And there they are sitting at the top shelf up there in our kitchen-like studio here. And love this guy because he's got a wreath on him, the medium size and the large size does, with a pineapple in there. And the pineapple is, of course, a symbol of hospitality. And it has always, or has been that for a long, long time. Great, great details. I think Renee tied this up there, so I may just grab, John, I'm going to cut in front of the camera and grab the little guy. And we're going to look at the ruffling on his coat that goes on there. This is really ruffled up. How close can I get there? I'm doing the movement this time. There you go. You probably like that better. You can see how nicely that's ruffled, and it's sewn like that with the detail is great. And then look at the arm here, how we've got that same ruffling going on here. There's a lot of great detail going on here. The little guy has a little pineapple in his hand with the ribbons and bows. So he still has something. He's got pineapple on his belt. He's got, look at the detail on the pants, the ribboned pattern on his pants. How neat is that? And I always like the details on the feet also. They're pretty cool. So, and they're similar on the top of the hat, which is right there. I love this little jewel right here. Love that little piece. It's a glass jewel, kind of amber-like and really, really pretty. And then my favorite little beaded red berry. So fun, fun piece. The hospitality fairy with his little old glasses. He doesn't wear his on his head like I wear mine, but that's okay. Okay, what's next is, oh cool, these tablescapes. I'm just going to show you a couple of them. This is the large one. There's like about 8 or 10 different designs available that we did. We made these ourselves in the warehouse, and this one is on it's all on wooden bases with black velvet bottoms. So the bottoms are covered. And then we've got the elf on here, ornaments. I love the Dalmatian, playful little Dalmatian. He's up there, he's got his tail up in the air, he's got pine and holly, he's got a ribbon. Maybe he's chewing on that ornament or something. I guess he's on the naughty list, but regardless, very, very cute. This is the large size. They're all going to be the same size base. And then here is a small one, and I guess dogs is our theme today because this little smaller one is, let's go that way. You've got the little French bulldog and the sweet little girl sitting down. Great pieces to put around the place. So, all right, then, and remember, there's a lot of those, so you can check them out on the marketplace. You can see the different tablescapes. There's quite a few different styles, and a fair amount of the stores do have them on there. We're still on number 10. We're still doing Make Your Kitchen Magical. So we're going to do then the Candle Maker Fairy, which is up here. We're going to sneak this guy in the wreath up here. And how sweet is that? I love this Candle Maker Fairy. I think we used him in a previous show. I love the purple with the red and this almost paisley-like pattern going on his vest. It's like a lining, and it is just spectacular. And then the crystal jewel that hangs off his top of his hat. And hard to see. I'm going to just use a little trick here. The candle that's in his hand. The ribbon is, let's see, can I bend that down? He's got a little candle in his hand. There's a ribbon in front of it. It's covering it up right now. But great little old-fashioned candle cup that's in his hand there. All right. We now get to go to number 9, which number 9 is dress up a present. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so Renee did this like 5 minutes before we went on, because of course we forgot. But how cool is this? Let's see if I can just use this as a, yep, it's going to work. Okay, cool. Does that work? It's so busy. Let's do it this way. There, better. He's tied on to the ribbons, got the ribbons that ties him on there. What a great idea this is, because not only is whatever's inside exciting, but the outside just dresses it up and festoons it really nicely. You can also just actually, if you're going to give somebody a fairy or elf, wrap up the box and put the fairy or elf on the outside, fill the inside with money or jewels, or at least suggest that to your husband. But dressing a present is fun to do. That's a fun way to make under your tree look festive and playful, and it's what a great way to get a gift. For sure, if you're receiving it, you're going to be really happy with it. So dressing your present or a present or presents is what is a, number 9 is what a great fun idea that is. While we're over here, I'm going to show you a few other pieces while we're still kind of in the kitchen area. And another one of my personal favorites is this Christmas Carol fairy. And what I love about him is all the details on his coat here. I'm going to take this guy off the stand, maybe. Yep, I am. Love all the details on him. He's got his Christmas Carol song, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And great detail. I love this cape. I can just do this for you, John. Look at the plaid on his pants. Great colors, great details. This soft faux fur going on here. I absolutely love this pattern on the back here. All this magical scrolling going on. On the red velvet, there's a dark black with all the gold glitter edges on it. Really just like magical. Really, really North Pole-like. And details in his hat. Again, I love all the different stuff that goes on there, and I love this kind of fun detail of the bell tassel, which has got a bunch of half a dozen beads or so on there. And then the hat is pretty cool because you've got different layers of fabrics that just go up and down. There's a lot of detail on it. It's not one velvet hat. Some are, but this one has lots of detail on it. So he is pretty cool, to say the least. Another special part that I like about him is, there we go, is the feet, because we've got 3 pearls, 3 gold bows going on there, and it just layers really, really nicely. Buttons up, nice shoes. Maybe I'll get some like that someday. All right, I'm going to stick him back on here. The small guy has the music in his hand as well. They're fine, guys. Renee, they're fine. The small guy has people in his hand as well, and Wish You a Merry Christmas is on there. And so we're good. We have a customer in the showroom, and so that's what, they're good. They know not to be too noisy and peek in, but if they take over the studio, they do. But that's the sounds that we're checking out on, but they're good to go. All right, next one, before I get out of here, still love this boxwood topiary, the heralding fairy. Still love this purple going on here with the rich red. How neat is that together? I got some glue things going on. Love the red with the purple here. How neat is this? Dressing up your kitchen, maybe with a small tree or something going on. And he's got heralding, he's got his horn going on, a small horn on the small guy, but very, very festive for the season. He's purple and gold with some great red accents. I love the feet because there's this sage green, this light sage green, with that rich burgundy and green ribbons going on there. It's just too pretty, to say the least. So love that. Love those colors right there. Okay, now we're going to go to, hey, guess what? We get to do number 8. It's already on the screen. Climbing ladders to decorate your tree. Not you, the elves. So John's going to pull back, and we've got these great ladders. They're metal, and there's 2 sizes we're showing here today. The size we call the medium, which is about 3 feet tall, and the large, which is about 4 feet tall. So this tree is up on a table, and Renee's got this elf here, which is the come on, I know his name, Hollyberry Elf. The Hollyberry Elf is on the ladder climbing up, and as is his friend on the other side, the Heralding Elf. So there's two of them on here going on. And they're decorating the tree. So you've got them on all those. We've got 4 ladders on here. I think they come in pairs, if I'm correct. Yeah, a set of 2. So you're going to want a couple of them anyways, or 4 or something. You can even put them going this way in the tree sometimes and be really creative with how fun they can be. But I love having the ladders because, again, it tells a story, gives you animation. They're helping you decorate your tree. It just keeps it fun and festive and playful. And Renee did the right thing. He took the garland and put it in their hands. So you've got one elf on the ladder and the other elf on the other ladder, and they're about to put the garland on the tree. So that's, I guess, the last thing that they're going to do is put the garlands on the tree. And then the little guys are kind of in here helping out as well. And there is actually 3 different elves on here. So we have the Hollyberry Elf, which we just showed you, I believe, or we're going to. Then we have, there's the Hollyberry Elf on the screen, so I'll just talk about him for a little bit. He has, again, my favorite little red berry, which John's going to zoom way, and I can't move this to you. I love that little red berry in there because it's got little like icy beads on it. Great colors going on him as well. And Renee Renee used some zip ties. That's his secret. He's going to show us later. But he uses zip ties to secure pieces to the tree, or to the ladders in this case, and they really work and they're easy to use. So that is the Hollyberry Elf. And then the other one is the not the Joyous Noel. It is the Festivities Elf, which is this with the purple and the black over here. And that is, I love that because he's got the black plaid going on in his vest. He's got lavender and purple, green. He's got music playing on him, and just great colors again. This is a little bit unexpected colors, but I think it's important when we're doing our Christmas tree that it's not always just red, green, and gold. And how nice does that look on this tree with no purple on here? But he stands out real nicely with the purples, the blacks, the greens. Great color combinations, and he's very, very happy, to say the least. The elf at the top of the tree is called the Joyous Noel Fairy, and he has exactly that in his hand, Joyous Noel. He's wishing us a joyful Christmas. And look at the smiley, happy face he's got, and great detail. Again, we've got actually we use this plaid a lot this year. It's like a glittered plaid. And it's perfect on his hat. Looks really neat. He has some black in him also. He's got a black vest with some silver dots on it. Same thing on his feet. And more detail on his feet is just exciting. And there's some musical notes and things on his sign as well. So great piece. The ladders are fun. If you haven't gotten the ladders, they've been very, very popular. They are fun to have with your trees. You will have lots of different things that you can do with them. So when you see them on the marketplace, go ahead and get them because I know you're going to enjoy them. It's not something you're going to like, oh, I wish I didn't get these. These are going to be something you're going to always use year in and year out in different ways. All right, next is going to be, where are we at? Let's see. Okay. I'm going to do a reprise of, so there's no numbers are coming up on the screen right now, but number 9 was like dress your presents, I think. What was it? Dress up your presents? Yeah, it was. So now I'm going to do a similar version of that, and that is dress up your lamps. And we were trying to figure out what to do with these yesterday, and I said, let's put them on the mantle. And Renee grabbed one from me, and he said, let's put it on the lamp. And as soon as he sat this guy up here, I said, yeah, that's perfect. So let me jump over here. Love putting these on the lamp. So that was a perfect idea that Renee suggested on these lamps here. Here he is just sitting. Oh, you zip tied him in. Perfect. Okay, so he's not going to fall off. There's LED lights in there, so they're not going to be too hot. But I love him sitting on top of the lamp. How cute is that? This guy, I knew you zip tied this guy. These are part of the 12 Days of Christmas North Pole Elves. Well, we're really bright there. I can't help you with that. There we go. So there's 3 sizes that we're showing in the North Pole Elves. 3 styles, and that is number 7 swans a swimming. I got to do it backwards. 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming. Those are the 3 that were introduced in 2021. Those come in 3 sizes. We're seeing the middle size on these, And so number 7 is down here on the bottom. And number 8 was the darling one that's sitting on the top of the lampshade. What a perfect idea. I am definitely going to do this when I get home tonight because I'm like really happy with this. I love this idea. I have used them on the lamps, but I've actually used my smaller ones. And I'm now going to use the medium-sized North Pole elf on the lamps. The medium-sized North Pole elf is the size of a medium or large fairy. So I can actually do that with the larger ones. And then I'm going to show you number 9, which is at the other side. John, you're going to walk with me, and we're going to do the other side of the lamp, and then we're going to move back. But I love this guy here. And this is number 9. He's got the black and white stripes. He's the 9 ladies dancing elf. Let me get my face out of the way. How sweet is that? That's the medium size. Is he zip tied in too, Renee? He's not. Okay, great. So I can take him off, and perfect, and stand him up right here, and then I'll put him right back. But I love this guy. Are we good? Okay, cool. So one of the elements of the 12 Days of Christmas North Pole elves is they all have the same feet. There's 2 things that they have that are always consistent. All their feet are the red velvet with the gold and white bows with that green emerald-like jewel on their feet. The other thing that is always consistent is, as we go, stop, right there, is on the belt there is the pear part of the belt, and then the number. Of course, the number is obviously different for each one, but that helps remind you which is which. So you're going to find those are going to be what is consistent on all of them, and then there's going to be uniqueness in the details. I love this guy with the black and white stripes. Black and white is so classic and so timeless, so it's always going to be, you can get away with using it almost anywhere and almost any time. Not always, but most of the time. Let's get his hair out of his. He's still young. He's got lots of hair. Look at him, how cute he is. So I love this green, this soft, almost sage, but it's a little bit softer. And then these beautiful bells going on in his hat, and just great, great piece. So this is the 9 ladies. Oh, one last thing. Look at the detail on the side of the pants. The insewing of the gold fabrics in there with the pleated green satin. This is one of my favorite green satins. We've used it all the time. It's a great one. But great detail there, and then you've got more detail going on the sides of the legs going on there. So this is a great piece. 12 Days of Christmas, North Pole Elves. So each year we have introduced 3. So this is the 3rd year. So that means next year we finish it with 10, 11, and 12. So you can still get all the sizes, or all the numbered 1 through 9 this year. And you'll be able to get the rest of them next year. But if you haven't started it and you want to, they're really cool pieces. You still have time to do that. So, and you have time later also. So anyways, I'm going to sit him back up there because how easy they are to. I'm going to put one leg up a little higher. See if I can do this. It's not going to work because I'm doing this. Okay, stay. He's good. I'm happy. Okay, where am I on my little screen? Okay. Now I got to do the mantle. So we are back to number 7. Brian's reminding me. Number 7. Hey, what happened to that guy in the beginning that was doing all the, it started the introductions? Is he on lunch break or something right now? David something. I don't remember his last name, but anyways, good guy. Okay, number 7. Make a wreath come to life. And you've heard me say that before, but I really think that's important. You've got the larger side, the medium-sized elf or fairy in there, in the center. And then let's go ahead and just look in on that for a little bit. How pretty is that? You can zoom in, John. You're good. And see him sitting right inside. You can say bah humbug. He's got on his, bah humbug. He's saying on that beautiful wreath, he's saying bah humbug. Renee, you did a great job, by the way, on these wreaths and garlands. They're really fabulous. So really pretty what came together. Love sitting a little fairy or elf inside your wreath because it does bring it to life. There's all of a sudden a little character, a little North Pole character that is, you can just imagine that they put these things together in the wee hours of the night, decorating these things so they're all ready for you in the morning. So we've got the medium-sized one. You could put the large, but right here we've got the medium-sized one sitting in the wreath. And then up on the top of the wreath, over on the left-hand side, they're a little off-center, is that little guy. And he's sitting up there, kind of just surveying the scene. But there, you've got some life going on, and they add a lot of whimsy to your wreath. You could do the same to a garland, but it's just pretty magical. So, all right, now we have, I think, Number 6, dress up your mantle. Part of the top 10 ways to decorate your home with your fairies and elves. So the mantle has, we used some nutcrackers for the mantle. What I want to show you on this is, on the back side there, is a little, it says playing a little music. So that's got a little stuff going on here. It always happens. So that will play, it winds up and plays music. And it's dashing through the snow is what it's playing. Love the details on this. This is the smaller size. There's two larger sizes available also. This is the smallest size. I wanted to show these this time. Love this ruby, rich ruby red jewel. Is just stunning on here. Just a hint of the black and white going on in the detail. It's just a tiny amount. It's just on the coat and on the lining of his shirt or vest, excuse me. And the reason for that is there is this black and gold vest, really great detail. And how rich is that with the red, shows up with the black and white and little black and silver dots going on. So very, very pretty for this nutcracker, which I'm not sure which nutcracker this is. This is the peppermint one. I should know that because it's got peppermint stripes on it. There's then 2 other ones which are the, what's on the screen now? Brian has the peppermint one on the screen now. We'll leave that up for a second. And then I'm going to show you the next one, which is the holiday plaid. And he's got a couple different plaid fabrics going on him, but he's got the black and gold going on. He's got some great in-sewing going on the sides there. And then just great jeweling. So these nutcrackers, we made them a little bit different. So these ones that are decorated, these are not wooden ones. They have actually PVC for their base. So it's actually, don't take them apart and do any electrical work though. But the arms on the small ones are posable. So you can put the arms up or you can put them down. So the smaller ones, these ones do have that ability to do that. So I'm always taking off little hairs and glue that we see on there. This is another thing, you know, it's fun to see because there's a little bit of purple detail. Look at this little, can we get that? There's a little bit of purple jeweling going on in there, which I kind of forgot about that. I like that. Another thing that I see that I love about this guy is the triple layer of his vest. And you see 3 different buttons, 3 different fabrics. So it really layers that really nicely and gets it really, really full and lush and luxurious. And it's got great detail going on his hat. And he's got some plaid going on down here. And now we're going to look at the last one, which is the Christmas tradition nutcracker. Part of number 6, which is dress up your mantle. Love the colors on this guy. Love, love, love the colors on this guy. Again, that sage green velvet, I love this. And then the stripes going to up and down with the jeweled trimmings. Really pretty. Great detail on the side. Really exquisite. This guy has white boots, which are really pretty, with a gorgeous blue. You've hardly seen any blue today because it was nearly killed me not to have the blue. Renee and I were talking before we went live about the blue Venetian glass goblets that I had in the show 2 or 3 shows ago. They just made the whole table. It was fabulous. Love all these details. So just hints of blue. And there's some blue here. But great, great piece. Very detailed. Of all the nutcrackers, this might be my personal favorite, but I do kind of like them all. So, I don't know, but I just like this guy. Love the greens and the reds and the blues, and he's magical. So look at the cape. Look at that fabulous cape. Really neat. This is wired. Yes, it is. And of course he plays music as well. If I can just, all right, here we go. Okay, thank you, Mr. Nutcracker. Those are the smallest nutcrackers. There's 2 sizes larger. This is, I think, it's not even, do we know how tall this is? Does it say, Brian? It says 24 inches. I guess it's 24 inches, or it's close to 24 inches. Then the next ones are 36 and 48 inches tall, so they really get really big. Depends what works. Any of the sizes will work, depends on the size of your mantle. And remember scale. Well, you can almost always go larger, obviously, depends on your ceiling height and how big your mantle is. But the 24 inches look great up here. The 36 would look fine as well. The 48 are going to be a special location, either at the entryway, maybe on a pedestal. But great, great pieces nonetheless. Okay, we are ready for number 5, which is flying outside of your tree. You've heard me say this one before. I am going to do 2 things with this. I'm going to move this one for right now, and we'll talk about this guy later. But flying outside your tree. So Renee did hang from the ceiling some monofilament, and he's flying these guys outside of the tree. I love this because it really creates animation, and they're fairies, so they fly. So they're supposed to fly. So they're flying outside the tree. They've got all sorts of stuff in their hand. This guy's got something in his hand that says, "Have a holly jolly Christmas," and this guy's got an ornament, because this is the ornament collector fairy. But they're flying outside the tree with a garland, getting ready to decorate your tree. Neat pieces. You've got the ornament collector fairy, which has, let me just take this off for just a minute. He comes with this, I mean, you talk about a stunning looking ornament. The medium size comes with this great ornament here. And the ornament has this beaded tassel, this golden jewel-like thing, this millinery flower with some jewels going on it, and some holly on the back. Just very, very pretty, really pretty. And even the small one, the little guy, even has a ornament in his hand. Not quite as detailed, but pretty elegant, yet nonetheless. Very pretty. It has just a hint of soft blue in the hat, then darker blue going on. Hey, we are getting some blue in here. And oh my God, wow. Can we look at this foot? I didn't even see this. This is fabulous. You know, this is the fun part. We're working so far ahead all the time that honestly, I don't get to see all the current stuff all that much because we're so focused on what's in front of us. But what's currently what's in front of us is Christmas. And so in my brain right now, I'm going, okay, I want this to take home. I'm going to get this one, and I'm going to get that one because I love this. This has, we talked about the Nutcracker with a triple layered vest. This guy has a triple layered boot. I mean, how festive is this? You've got the 3 layers of the flaps, I don't know what to call those. 3 pearls, a turquoise jeweled piece. So a couple of ribbons going on there, green and gold, and then some more detail on his feet. I love this foot. This is just spectacular. So these are all wired, so you can do them any way you want. You can put them up. I don't think you want to put them up, but you can shape them in different ways. This is a great piece. Spectacular piece, actually. This is the ornament collector fairy. You're going home. I'm getting you. I hope we still have some. We haven't sold out of them, but I'm going to get one. All right. Then the other one is the 'Tis the Season fairy, because guess what? It is the season now. 'Tis the Season fairy. I'm going to jump around, John. I'll just jump right in front of the camera and get to this side of him, and I'm going to take this out of his hand for a minute. Renee's probably giving me a dirty look, but wow, I love this guy. This is a different velvet. We've not used this velvet in his hat that much. It's very soft, sage green going on. He's got on his hat and on his shirt, because his coat has black velvet with, my God, all the details on these. You know, I probably said this 100 times, but I'm amazed when I look at the detail on these things. You know, and I say that because, you know, we're always working ahead, but when I start to look at things that we've done, we did this last year, and I do see them in between, but not that often. This guy has a lot of great detail going on. I mean, this is just, no wonder you guys love these so much. I'm as much a fan as you are. This is just wonderful. I mean, look at all this great detail. How pretty is this? The colors go together. I love this roping that goes down the front of his shirt or his coat. What is that? That's his coat. That's his shirt. Sorry, there's a lot of layers, so it's kind of a lot going on. And then the hat, the way it's cinched or sewn forward, even though there's wire in there, it's hard to make it go backwards because it's intended to kind of come forward, so you're looking like that. And then he's got these little wings almost on his hat, wings with bells. And this guy is just too cool. He's a great, great piece. All right, back in his hand there. Let's see if this is going to work. And he is decorating the tree wonderfully. So I want to show you something on the table. I'm going to come to the table right now and just show you a fun thing with this same guy. And can I come to the front so that it's a little bit more? Okay, we're good. You don't have to, you're good. So this guy, this is the small one. We were just talking about him, what's he called? Whatever his name is. The 'Tis the Season fairy. Forget the names. Go for it, Mark. 'Tis the Season very small, so we were working out what to do with him. And we put him on the stand, and Renee actually glued the feet. We cheated a little bit, but we needed to glue the feet, and I'm going to show you why. You've got the hat with this part here that moves, that's sewn forward, and it's wired. We're going to use that for this fun little trick, which is, I'm going to put his hands all the way up. He didn't do it. I'm going to bend his head back and put the ornament in his hand. And as you see, the hat is the third part of the triad that's holding it together. So then, now we can back up, John. How cute is this guy holding the, I'm going to grab my papers for a minute and use this as a backdrop here. How cute is this, him holding the ornament above his head. I love the scale of it, again, because you've got this little guy holding this big ornament, and he's helping the people, his friends, decorate the tree. So he's just holding it up here like ready to go, like, hey, take this next, I can't hold this forever. But fun way to do that. This particular one, the 'Tis the Season, works for that because his hat becomes the easy part of holding this up. Stay, please. That was fun. Wow, we've gotten so much done today. So, all right, we're about to do number 4, but hold on, I got a cell phone. Terry is texting me. Go figure. Terry, I'm doing the show. Come on, girl. Okay, Terry is texting me, and we're going to interrupt. She's right. We're going to interrupt the top 10 list of ways to decorate and display your fairies and elves at home by doing some Q&A real quickly. We're going to interrupt and do Q&A. You'll see why in a second. But the question has been a lot lately, how do you secure the staircases? They come in gold and they come in a candy stripe. We're going to show you the gold one today. How do you secure the staircases to a tree? My answer is Renee, because Renee's going to show us now. You ready, Renee? Renee's going to show us now how to secure these to the tree. He put some of them in the tree already. You can see the other ones on the top. But, John, can you get in close to where he's at? And you need my help, or I'm going to zip tie. This is part of his secret, is zip ties. Zip ties work. They're easy to use. He insists on using them all. He's got his own. So he's zip tying this in. He's connecting it to the back part of the staircase, meaning the back part that's connected inside the tree. Zip, it's there. You ready for another one? Just tell me when. Okay, he's connecting the other one back there. So he's got, this is the second zip tie. There's also little loops down here that you can use as well, and I think he's going to use that in the front there. But that's it. He's zip tying it. He's connecting it in the back first. And sometimes this takes practice. We've been doing them for quite a while. You got your wire cutters there. You're going to cut it off. Cool. You're good. Cuts it off and you don't even see it. So you're using a total of what, 3 zip ties? 3 zip ties. So that's great. So Renee's an expert at this. Thank you. You do a great job. Always, no matter what, when he does these designs, he does a great, great job. But how easy is this to tie these in together into the tree, and then you've got, they come in sets of 3, I believe, so you're going to get 1, 2, and there's a third one up high, up there. Fun to have. Some people put 6, all 6 of them in a tree, because I think they can, the stores will sell them either sets of 2, 3, or 6. It depends on how the retailers sell those to them. But those are Mark Roberts pieces. We've done them for a few years now. They've been really popular. The peppermint ones, which are similar to the ladders, or the gold, the ones with the gold leaf. They're both real popular. So, are you happy, Terry? Thank you. That was a great idea, by the way. Thank you, Terry, for gathering that information and getting that. Next time, just tell me in advance. You don't have to text me, but cool. Works out. Okay, number 4. Nestle your fairies or elves inside your tree. So while Renee has them climbing up the staircases, they're climbing into their little home inside the tree. He just pulled the branches apart and pushed them, tucked them way in there. You can see this guy with his head turned off on this side, which is, I believe, the drummer boy elf. Yeah, he's got the drum on the head and everything. And then his partner over there is probably the joyful elf, who is joyfully, happily in their little apartment there or something. They're college buddies or something. I don't know what they are, but they're happy in that tree together. There's the little guys up above in their little tree house up there. The small ones are on the higher part of the tree. And you know, when you carve out a little space inside the tree, especially for the elves, because it kind of gives it more of a gnome or woodland type feel to it, and just makes it exciting, makes it different, because you don't have to fill the tree completely, everything on the outside. You can open up space, and there's a whole another world in there. So it's, you know, journey to the center of the earth. This is journey to the center of the tree. So we've got this gorgeous, joyful elf. We've got the drummer boy elf. These are great pieces. Joyful elf is really joyful. I mean, come on. He's got a great pearl. I don't think we can see this. Can we see this, John? I love this great pearl detail on his, yeah, you can see it on his belt. Love that. It's a big pearl with diamond, not really pearls and diamonds, but it sure looks like it. Gold bows, lots of great details. Very happy. The same, similarly on his hat. And this has that sculpted acanthus type velvet, which I love that also. But really very, very pretty. Real pretty. The other guy is just the drummer boy elf. He's got his drums. Let's see if I can take some of this off. Renee, I don't know where you found all this stuff at the last minute for the tree, because we didn't plan to decorate the trees, but you did a great job with it. It looks great. Looks great. Drummer boy elf, he's got his drum in his hand, got the drum on his hat. So the little guy only has it on his hat, but great pieces. This guy has a kind of a country plaid to it almost, which seems to work with the patterns that are going on in here, because you've got the little crisscross going on, you've got the harlequin going on. Very old-fashioned, very vintage looking, very happy looking. I know a lot of you guys love these different elves. Okay, so we are like working our way down. So we are now coming down to number 3 in the top 10 ways to decorate your home with fairies and elves is dress your doors. Okay, so this is going to be a cool one here. I'm so happy that we have our doors and our windows, our wall here going on here. So this was one of the ones John's going to keep backing up till we get it there. Okay, cool. So what we did is we put the 2 identical garlands that Renee made, again, just like stunning. Great combination of flowers and colors, and they're connected to each door. Now, if you live in a cold area, you may not go out like your French doors in the family room. You may not use those. At least I grew up in Ohio. At that time of year, we didn't go out that back door. But you could, you know, these will separate out. We probably should have separated them just a tad more if you do use them. But what a great way, you're creating basically an arch right there for your doors. But what a great way on the inside to make your home look so festive. Why is the on the naughty list elf dressing the door? I mean, there should be a quiz on this. The answer, of course, is because he must be on the naughty list. So he's ready to escape. He's ready to go out the door as fast as he can. So he must have done something bad. What I like about him also, it says on the naughty list again. How many people is that appropriate for? Angelo always makes these great signs for us. Sometimes he doesn't have but a few minutes to make them. I'm like pushing them. And this was really a fun one. I really like that look on this guy. So printed on both sides. Great piece. Perfect colors. Everything about him is just too cute, especially his winking eyes, or eye. He's winking in his left eye. So yeah, for sure he's guilty of something. Don't know what it is, but he's guilty of something. All right, while we're talking about the naughty list elf, we get to do number 2, which is dress your windows. And so from the beautiful door, we then have a wreath in the window, and there we go. Now we can see it here. You can see our lights are reflecting in the window, so they're coming in down there, but that's what it is. Okay, so we've got a wreath hanging in the window. And then inside there is this darling little elf, the same thing, the naughty list elf, sitting inside the wreath. From the inside of your home, you can, keep going, Renee, you're doing good. From the inside of your home, you can kind of dress the windows, especially in the back. If this is like in the back part of the house, perfect. You don't need to worry about what the other side looks like. If you're going to do it in the front, you may want to double them up and have 2 of them, a dressed wreath or even just a pine wreath facing out, and then the whole dressed one, decorated and dressed one, facing in. But love to dress up our windows. Sometimes we may forget about that. You could also dress your windows if you have curtains next to them. I guess that's something we get to do next. And then have a medium or large size fairy or elf wrapping around and holding the curtains. How fun would that be? We'll do that next time. But dress your windows. Don't be afraid to dress your windows. Then, wow, this is just all great stuff. I love how he put this all together. It's really pretty. All right, so we have number 1 coming up, which is the number 1 reason. Number is hanging from a chandelier or 2 to decorate your home with. And what do we have here but, we're going to go on this side first. We got so much light going on in here. We're going to do the woodland fairy first. So elegant is this guy. He's got some soft blue pants, some copper feet going on, black and silver plaid coat with this black and white fur. This is just to die for. This is really spectacular. He is hanging from the chandelier, and the little guy is sitting up above, sitting up there. And I will just move the chandelier for you and make life a little bit easier to see him. How's that? Now, we could have put 3 or 4 in the chandelier, and normally I would, but for this show, so we can show you, I wanted to show just a particular one style inside the chandelier. But, you know, they fly. So it's fun to have them sitting up high. It's fun to have them flying from the chandelier. And it creates more of a story, more animation, more movement going on in your home, and more whimsy and more questions for the little ones, more questions from the big ones. Who knows what those questions are, but they're fun to have there. On the other chandelier, on the other side, is the Diamond and Jewels Fairy. And she is just so pretty. She is super pretty. She's got great color going on. She's got, look at that happy face again. I mean, she's just so happy. I love also all the details that go on her. That detailing that comes down her front is just exquisite. I mean, it's just, this is really, really elegant. She's even got this fabulous purse. You will never guess what we made this purse out of. This is a paper clamp that you clamp papers together with, and we were putting this together, and Jong did this, and he didn't have much time to do something. It was there on his desk or near. He grabbed it and just started putting fabric over it and doing all this stuff. It's like, where did you come up with that idea? That is like the greatest thing, and it's a paper clamp. So we took the metal clip parts off and I guess tossed them. I don't know what we did with them, but anyways, she is so pretty. I love her hair pulled up in a bun. Can we barely see that? This chandelier is getting in the way. But I love how her hair is pulled up. So cute, curly hair. And on the back side of her, let's see if I can get this to go around. She's got not only her wings, but below that, she's got this another set of almost like a bow of larger fabric coming back there. Really dresses her up nicely in the front and the back. And then her little sister, is what I'm going to call, is up top. She's still up top? Yeah, she's still up there. This thing's swinging all around the place. But how cute is she up there? She's just too darling. Sitting up there holding it. And the good thing, these are, I can't reach that one, so I'm going to reach this one. Can you get my hand for a minute, John? These are LED bulbs, so they are not burning my hand. I'm human, they're not burning. So if you're doing them, use LED bulbs. Don't use the old incandescent ones because they can start a fire. So please, if you're going to do this, only do it with LED bulbs that are not going to get hot. And so, one of my favorite fairies was this Diamond and Jewels Fairy. I love her very, very much. And now wait a minute, this was a top 10 list. If that guy, David, whatever his name is, he's not around, don't bring him back because our top 10 list has 11. So there's one more. We don't have it on the screen because we didn't know how to do that. But there's one more, and that is to incorporate a fairy or elf into your centerpiece. So this piece, we showed this to you, I think 2 shows ago or 3 shows ago. This, what is this thing even called? Crystal crown. So this is a silver, it's not silver, but it's silver base, it's heavy. There's a crystal crown with all these jewels going on it, crystal jewels going on it. It's pumpkin shape or crown shape, it's just magnificent. These are now available, you can get them on the marketplace. These These are brand new. These were actually for next year, but we actually got lucky and got them in early, go figure, which is very, very unusual. But I want to show you how versatile they are, how easy they are to just the way they are. You could just pile it up with ornaments inside. How pretty would that be? Just pile your different ornaments inside. But what I'm going to show you is, real quickly, just how easy this is. You can do this with styrofoam inside if you need to, but this is actually going to work, and that is to put the pine in. Let's go here. We put four picks of pine in, and then I'm going to put in, come on, stay there, 4 of these poinsettia picks. Easily just tuck them right in. I'm doing this the easy way, but it worked. This is how I did it the last time. Exactly how I did it the last time we did the table setting. We did setting the table. So I've got 2. All right, these things are going to stick together. I'm going to do 3 and 4. And then I'm going to grab my fairy, which is right here. Just still one of my favorite ones. This is the, what is this guy, the Candlelight Fairy? Candlelight Fairy. His arms are out. All I'm going to do, and I'm doing this backwards, so hope I get it right, is stick him in there and let the hands wrap around to hold on in there. And how does he look? Is he looking like he's going to fall out, like he's had too much to drink? All right, he's great. He'd like something to drink. Then I'm just going to add back in from this gorgeous centerpiece, add some of the ornaments that are in here. Okay, that's why you styrofoam it. Tuck some ornaments in for color, some of these little baubles, which we have these little baubles also. We'll bring that up at the very last thing. But there's a couple more ornaments here that just kind of fills it in and makes the centerpiece Christmassy. There we go. Another ornament. These I'm not taking out of the garlands. We added these extras. We brought extra up here for that. And just more of these. I love these iridescent, I call them baubles. I don't know what they are, but they're cool. So you've then got your centerpiece done really nicely on the table. In this case, we've got a wreath and 2 garlands doing the whole center of the table, and we've made a focal of it. John, are you able to pull back just a little bit so we can see the whole table? How pretty is that then? There we go. You're good. You're good. There we go. And then he can just slowly come back right back into that centerpiece, and how nice that centerpiece works with everything, your fairies and elves. So you have the top 10 list. Now you can back up, John. Sorry. You have the top 10 list. Good, you're good to go. Top 10 list and Q&A. There's one more Q&A we're going to do, and that is, we've had this question a lot lately, and I get it on Facebook quite often, and that is, are we going to do our outlet sale, our once-a-year event that's open to the public? And the answer is no. We will not be doing those anymore, not just because of COVID, but because we need the time in November and December to prepare for our January trade shows, because that's a huge time for us, and it requires a lot of work in advance. All of us are working so much on it, and so when we did not do it last year because of COVID, we realized we could do a lot more things. We did a lot of more pre-made pieces. We were able to just kind of give ourselves extra work to do and put together a lot of pre-made beautiful pieces, which we have a lot planned for next year. Lastly, tell you something that you may not already know. And that is that this week we are officially starting the design process for 2023. If you ever notice when I talk about years, I always pause because I have to reconfirm in my head, what year are we talking about? Because obviously we're in 2021. We have completed everything for 2022 already. Spring, summer, fall, Christmas. It's all done. It's amazing. It's magical. And we are now starting concepting for 2023. And have to start all over again. It's just a nonstop process, which we love to do. It's a lot of fun to do. So we'll be back to not back to the future, but back to the present and let's celebrate this Christmas. Let's enjoy it, and let's decorate. Remember to get stuff early because there is clearly a shipping crisis out there. We just got our last shipment in, I think, was it last week? It was last week. That had been sitting, what normally would be a 2 to 3 week, basically 3-week time frame, took almost 3 months to get to us. So it's very, very congested. It's very, very hard to see all the stuff. We also got in yesterday, and I actually can't wait to look at them. We are getting in our ornaments, the ornaments and the florals and the other stuff for 2022, because those have already been ordered and designed and worked on. So those are starting to come in already. They're having to come in by air, and even that takes a long time. But we're excited to get to work on all the different seasons. So when you hear me pause when I'm saying Christmas 2021, that pause is always because in my brain is, which season are we talking about? So it's been lots of fun. We're going to do another one of these, I believe, in 2 weeks. Do we know the name of the one in 2 weeks? I think it's Great Gift Ideas, if I'm correct. There's, I think, 2 more live events planned for this year. And they're going to be, I think, in 2 weeks from now and 3 weeks from now. So we will, I think the other ones may be last-minute decorating ideas. We modify them a little bit. We have the schedule pre-planned and programmed. But like for this one, I think it was just fairy and elf magic, and I was able to hire that guy for 3 seconds and do the top 10 list. That'd be kind of fun to do the top 10 list. So send in your comments. I read them all, and it's great to see them. It's great to get ideas and concepts, what you're looking for. And let's just celebrate the magic that's happening at the holidays. Thanksgiving's coming, and Christmas and New Year's. So let's do all that, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Brian, are we ready to sign off? So, okay, thank you so much.